Thank you so very much, Madam Ambassador. It is always wonderful to be with you, Excellencies, most importantly, friends. I am grateful, as always, to be able to spend time with you and with our Ukrainian friends, especially in celebration of Ukraine's 33rd Independence Day. I want to thank Ukraine House for hosting this event, and I also want to touch on something you said earlier. Today, and we send our best wishes to the Congressman, but as you said, it reminds us of the fragility of life. And unfortunately, due to the illegal and brutal war that we're seeing on your land, this fragility is brought home to us every single day. The loss of life is a constant reminder that we have to savor what we have. We have to savor the love between us and lift up each other as best we can. Ukraine's unwavering strength and resilience over the last 2.5 years has been nothing short of awe-inspiring. Your courage, your brilliance, your determination in the face of Russia's illegal, brutal war has amazed us all. And despite the challenges of that ongoing war, we're still seeing the vibrancy of your people, your culture, your rich history. And thanks to the Google Arts and Culture Initiative, we're going to see this everywhere across the country and the world. What it reminds me of is that Ukraine is still living despite the fact that Russia would like to end it, despite the fact that Putin would like to take over and eliminate Ukraine. Just last year, you mentioned it, Ambassador, at the Select USA conference, we bring together businesses from all over the globe, and we have a competition amongst these businesses. And it just so happens that one business amongst them all gets chosen as the single best business of all of those businesses in competition. And you may guess where that business was from. It was a Ukrainian business. So congratulations again to Ukraine for your resilience in the face of this remarkable disaster. The United States remains steadfast in our support for your life, for your liberty, fight for liberty, but we know there is much more to be done. Earlier this year, the World Bank estimated that nearly $500 billion in reconstruction costs will be needed over the next decade. To rebuild Ukraine, we'll need an unparalleled level of international cooperation and support, along with your vibrant entrepreneurial spirit that we saw at Select USA. And the U.S. Commerce Department and our colleagues across the U.S. government will continue to stand by you, to stand by our partners throughout your recovery. That's why we're working to facilitate business partnerships that will drive Ukraine's future economy. We've hosted a number of events and conferences to bring together Ukrainian and U.S. industrial bases, as well as hosting recently the Ukraine Partnership Forum. The department is organizing more conferences, one in Ukraine and another in Romania, dedicated to bolstering Ukraine's rebuilding process through capacity building and direct engagement with U.S. businesses. All of this to ensure that as you win this fight, you will come out stronger on the other side. We're working to address Ukraine's most pressing needs while laying the groundwork for robust private sector engagement, and I'm confident that Ukraine will triumph in its fight. While we sustain our support for Ukraine's economy, we continue imposing targeted export controls in concert with our allies and partners around the world to constrain Russia's ability to sustain its war machine. Supporting Ukraine is not just the moral or right thing to do, it's also the smart thing to do. For our government and our allies, it's an investment in our global security, in our democratic values, and the promise of a prosperous future. Today, as we commemorate Ukraine's 33rd Independence Day, we need to seize this opportunity to bolster our resolve and reaffirm our unwavering support for Ukraine in its struggle for freedom. Madam Ambassador, thank you so much, and Slava Ukraini.